So this deployment went by very quick. We have a app service plan. If I say go to resource, we can see that this is a basic plan and it is running on that free trial. So I do have approximately a month to use this app service plan for free because it's a Linux plan. Now we could say under apps, there's no apps currently running. So we haven't created one yet. There is no point talking about scaling yet until we start putting apps there. So I'm going to leave most of this alone. Let's go back to the home page and we're going to create our web app. So we're going to say create a resource, and I'm just going to pick this web app right off the home page here. It is a very simple wizard interface as well. I'm going to put this in the same app plan resource group. So I'll choose AZ SJD app plan. Now, this is where we find that the name itself has to be unique across all of Azure. So this is a fully qualified domain name. It's going to be publicly accessible unless we add security to this. And it does end in .azurewebsites.net. Now, you do have the ability to attach a custom domain to basic plans and above, not to free plans or to shared plans. But we are going to have to give this a name. Now, you'll find that a lot of the common names are going to be taken because there are millions of Azure customers. And so webapp.azurewebsites.net is obviously taken. You're going to have to get creative in naming this. So do keep in mind that the name that you're giving it now is probably not the name you're going to deploy it as if you're going to use a custom domain name. So it doesn't matter if it has numbers in it or something like that. All right, so I'm going to give it a very simple AZSJD name. Now we do get to choose between code web apps and container web apps. Now this is distinct and different from Azure Kubernetes Service and Azure Container Instances. This is a third type of container, which is a container web app. I'm going to create a separate video talking about container web apps, but for now we're going to choose code. Now remember when we were creating the app service plan, I said there were restrictions on the type of code that you can run depending on the operating system of the plan. If I open up this dropdown, I can see the cross-platform.NET Core, the Windows-only ASP.NET, and Java 11, Java 8, Node.js, PHP, Python, and Ruby. So if we chose ASP.NET 4, that is a Windows-only plan. If we can't choose Linux, and therefore we can't choose the app service plan that we just created. If we switched over to the .NET Core, then it's a cross-platform plan, so we can choose Linux, and we can choose the AZSJD app plan that we just created. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this as .NET Core running in Central US and the app plan that we just created. Now we can't change it here because we already have this plan and it's a basic B1 plan. We can enable Application Insights. Application Insights allows us, our code, to return telemetry and tracing and other notifications up to the Azure portal so that you can run the Azure Monitor and be able to review application events. Let's not leave that on for now. We're going to skip the tags as well, and we're going to say review and create. So remember, there's no additional cost for creating a web app into an existing app service plan because you're paying for the app service plan. This plan is free for 30 days, and so we're not even paying for that. So I can say create, and that will go off and create a web app, our first web app, in our app service plan. We're going to let that run. We come back, we'll have a look at that.